Welcome to the Movie Draft Podcast. I am Ethan Simi, and I am joined today by my co-host, Sophie Holsinger.
Hey, guys.
My other co-host, Ben Lawhorn.
I'm the guy who does his job. You must be the other guy.
And our wonderful guest for this episode, Aryan Patel.
Hi. I'm very excited to be here today.
And today we are drafting Oscar Best Picture winners in a regular draft. Aryan, thanks so much for coming on this episode of the show. I know we invited you on kind of short notice, and quite honestly, this is a large swath of movies that we're going to be able to draft here today. So I appreciate you being ready and up for the challenge, man.
Of course. Yeah, no, I'm super excited to be here. It was really interesting to go through all of the winners and to see all of the years and kind of weed out the ones that I have no clue about, you know?
I think we're gonna do that kind of in lifetime as this draft goes on. We're gonna see how we do go into certain years. Now, this is our first Academy Awards associated draft. Of course, the Academy Awards are this year on Sunday, March 10th. Big year for the Academy Awards. But first, before we talk about that, before we get into the draft, Ben, I have some special news to share with you in case you were unaware.
Let's make it. What is it? I want to hear it.
You've done it. You've won your very first draft on the Movie Draft Podcast.
Really?
Woo-hoo! You won the
that.
direct sequels draft last week here on the show. You won the vote. 44% of people voting for you, Team C. Congratulations.
I'll take it. Thank you very much. I'm going to try to ride this wave of success. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Well, I hope it doesn't continue because I want to get the win back.
Understandable.
So if you came in last, I just want to throw that out there real fast.
Yeah, I know.
Was it worth it? Was it worth it? You stole before sunset. You still came in last.
I got the movies I liked. I like those too.
Yeah, you know, tough being a Sophie head, tough being a CR head out here these days. I get it. You gotta follow your heart. Okay. Now that congratulations are out of the way, we can get down to business. We can get down to the draft. Aryan, I'm going to start with you. Since we're drafting Academy Award movies, we're drafting Best Picture winners. Are you excited for the 2024 Oscars? And who do you think is going to win Best Picture this year?
Yeah, I'm really excited for this year's Oscars because this was the first year that I actually got to see all of the Best Picture nominees in theaters. So that was huge for me. And this is the first year that I've actually kept track of all of the new movies and every single aspect of the awards, and not just the Best Picture. And with the Oscars as a whole, I never really kept track of them until until high school, which for me is 2019. And so I don't know. I really have not much information about the Oscars before then. So I did a lot of research going into this. And I'm surprised at the past winners because I had no idea that. I'm so surprised some of these have won Best Picture, to be completely honest with you. But yeah, I'm very excited, and I'm super excited for this year's awards. This year's awards ceremony has been very, very hype.
Mm-hmm. I'm stoked. Yeah, the Academy, of course, kind of steeped and mired in lots of controversy, especially as of late, but it's nothing new. Sophie, excited for the Academy Awards, and what do you think is going to win Best Picture? You don't even really have to answer. I think everybody knows the answer, but you can answer.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're looking at an Oppenheimer sweep this year, which obviously Ethan and I are very excited about.
Let's go.
My relationship to the awards in general, I have always been obsessed. I love watching them. I love having Oscar parties and having ballads and doing predicting. It's all very fun. And I am excited for this year. I feel like people kind of dread when there's a sweep, but I mean, it's fun when it's your favorite movie. So
spoken like a true winner. Yeah. I mean, I'm on that team too. It is pretty fun, pretty exciting. Yeah. Ben, Best Picture winner?
I'm pulling for Maestro. I think it's an underdog.
My fucking guy. Let's go.
Let's put some respect on
Summer
Bradley
sings
Cooper's
in
name.
you. Summer sings in you, Ben.
God.
Yes, it does. Yeah. No, I don't think that's the last thing I want to win. I obviously would love Past Lives to win, but this is Oppenheimer's to lose for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely Oppenheimer's to lose. Lots of nominations, probably going home with lots of wins on Sunday, March 10th. We're all pretty excited. I am definitely looking forward to it. I think it's going to be really, really fun. Academy Awards wise, I don't have a very historied relationship with them. I just recently, within the last probably 5 years, started caring and really being interested in the Academy Awards. So I'm fairly a newbie when it comes to this kind of stuff. Ben and I were lucky enough to watch them together last year in Portland. He flew out. We watched them in a local rep theater, and that was really fun and really cool experience. So I'm hoping for something similar this year in terms of, kind of eventizing the night. It should be pretty fun. But Oppie's gonna take it home, and it's gonna be pretty exciting. Okay, let's talk about the draft. We're drafting Oscar Best Picture winners. Now we've got 6 categories today for each of us to be drafting movies in. I feel like this is a pretty nuanced draft. We have a lot of details that we kind of have to go over. Are you guys ready to go over the details now and get into the weeds?
Let's do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All right. So we're each going to be drafting 6 Oscar Best Picture winners. Now, this is a regular draft, so we will be going snake style. So drafter number 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1, and so on and so forth until we have all drafted 6 movies. We are going to have categories, like I mentioned, for this draft. Even though every movie is a Best Picture winner, we've broken it out by years. So we're going to have 6 categories, each category containing a different range of years. Now, the categories are going to be by year of the Academy Awards, not the year that the movie was released. So I'll give you a quick example. Parasite would be considered 2020. Although the movie itself was released in 2019, it won the Best Picture Academy Award in 2020. We're going to count that for 2020. Okay, so the 6 categories are 1927 to 1969. No doubt our biggest category here, the most movies to choose from. 1970 to 1989, 1990 to 1999, 2000 to 2009, 2010 to 2019, and 2020 to 2023. Now, of course, the final category, 2020 to 2023, only has 4 eligible films. There are 4 of us here. We are drafting 4 movies. That category is going to get cleaned out. Very interested to see how that shakes out. Some good ones, some not so good ones in a very small category. So I'm very curious to see how that category gets drafted. Okay, are there any details that I forgot? Anything we need to go back over?
Just sounded like you were about to say category. So I hope you're taking Coda.
Dude, that Freudian slip right there. It's getting me.
I can't wait for
Take
Coda.
that one off our hands.
Yeah.
Is there a number one overall draft pick? I know I asked this most drafts, but I'm especially curious because we've got almost 100 movies to choose from here.
I mean, there's a lot of good stuff that the 2020s is tricky because, I feel like they could go early, but then if you're the last one, kind of get to wait till the 6th round. That's kind of a plus for the person that ends up with whatever the last movie is. Mm-hmm. But I'm curious to see how that plays out. There's some heavy hitters, that's for sure, and some really big categories too.
Yeah, I'm curious. Okay, we ready to draw? We ready to poll?
Okay, wait. Quick question, guys. Quick question.
Yeah.
Can we pick whatever? Are we going in category from oldest to newest, or can we pick what category goes first?
Any category is up for play.
Oh God. Okay. All right.
So you can do anything you want, and then go from there. Does anybody have any strategy that they want to share? Is anybody coming into this with an idea of maybe how they want to go about things? Aryan, I'm curious about you because you're our guest, and I feel like I can, I feel like I can weave a little information out of you, maybe.
I don't want to give too much away, obviously, but I will say
seasoned vet.
I'm 19 years old, so I don't know about a bunch of these movies in the super old ones. So you're not going to see me touching that category for a while. Okay. That's pretty much it, though. Other than that, you can't say anything.
That's fair.
This is my favorite running gag on the show is Ethan trying to get information right before we draft.
Yeah.
Hey, anyone want to tell me their strategy, please?
We're always right about to do our spots, and I'm always like, well, let's talk about strategy for a second. Let's see what we can do.
Yeah. I mean, right?
There's a lot of movies I haven't seen personally, so we'll see. We'll see how. I think
that is one of the things here, at least for me as well. I'm going to be probably drafting stuff I haven't seen in certain areas.
Yeah.
This
Oh,
isn't
okay.
something where this research was daunting. Like there's no way to watch 100 movies in the time that we had chosen to do this. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm maybe a little with Aryan a little bit. I'm just like, I don't know. Some of these I'm just going to wait for the 6th round because I don't have a real big tie to them at all.
Yeah.
Fair. Let's get the draft on board. Let's roll.
Here we go.
Okay. Ben has spun the wheel. Wait, Ben, did you clear the cookies and everything?
Cookies are cleared.
Oh,
Unless you want me to redo it.
let's go.
Oh, no.
Ethan draft number 1.
No.
What a day. What a glorious day.
Coda off the board.
Sophie, why? Why are you dreading? Why are you not happy?
I'm sorry. I gotta be first someday. Oh my gosh.
Ben, pick number 2.
Let's go. Green Book off the board.
This is not
Done.
looking good.
Gone.
Oh,
God.
Oh, shit. Oh,
Let's do
nice.
this.
Oh,
Is it okay
Okay.
if I forfeit now?
Do you want me to spin for you, Sophie? Or
hey, you just quit. Okay, I'm going to be the first pick. Ben is the second. Aryan got the 3rd pick. Sophie, you are 4th pick, but you're at the turn. Keep that in mind. Okay. Wow. Well, God, my adrenaline is rushing right now. I did not think I was going to be getting the 1st round pick. I did get the 1st round pick in the rom-com draft, and not going to lie, that kind of locked it up for me. Feel pretty good about that. So, but with every 1st round pick comes some pressure. You got to figure out where you're going to go. I'm not really nervous about this pick, honestly. Unlike Aryan, I'm going to go with category 1927 to 1969. I'm going deep. I'm going back in time. And I'm going to be taking... Oh, I feel so terrible for doing this.
No.
I'm so sorry, Benjamin.
Don't do it.
I'm so sorry, Sophie. I'm so sorry, Aryan. I'm taking Casablanca from 1943.
No.
It's mine. It's the best. I don't know what to tell you. It is everything a movie can be, everything a movie should be. I don't know what to say about Casablanca that already hasn't been said on millions of other podcasts and YouTube videos, other than the fact that it is one of the 2 movies that I've seen in this category, which I think is a terrible thing for me. But
Yeah.
I'm glad that I got it. So here we are.
Yours.
We did it. Ben, I know you're putting up a front right now, and I know you're crying on the inside, but
I've
it's
got
okay.
my laser disc right here to comfort me. It's so sad.
Aw.
I thought for sure I'd get it. Yeah, I mean, Casablanca is a perfect movie. It's a great selection. I'm not happy that you got it, but I'm also happy that it went first because in my heart, that's where it deserved to go. So,
Yeah. Sophie, a little too distraught to comment, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why I thought that this draft was going to be, like, we were going to just dive right into the 2020s. Like, I wasn't expecting you to go there. And,
Yeah.
but I'm happy. I'm happy that it went first because I think it deserves it. I think it's the best movie to ever win Best Picture, so.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's a bold claim. I agree, though. I agree. Ariane, have you seen Casablanca?
I'm glad you asked me that because I have not seen Casablanca. So
Whoa.
this
We
did
gotta-
not hurt me at all whatsoever.
We got to stop the pod right now. We're a Casablanca watch-along pod now. Is where we're going.
It's been on the Letterboxd watch list for probably 4 years now. So I'm gonna get to it now that it's the number 1 pick in this draft.
Mhm. I'm worried that we've all hyped it up too much. Is that possible with Casablanca? Can you
No.
recommend it too much?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, good.
Be crazy.
I agree.
All
Okay.
right.
Whew. Feel good.
Okay. So I do have my Casablanca Laserdisc here. I also have 2 posters behind me for Everything Everywhere All at Once and Parasite, which are the only 2 movies I wanted out of the 2020s.
You're really going to fuck me like that, huh? You're going to open the category and
Here's
it's
the
not coming
thing.
back to me for 7 picks?
I think you fucked me because I thought for sure this is what you're picking, and I was just going to take the other one. So you went rogue and picked something from the 1940s. And I was like, wait, now I have to choose which of these I want. I didn't want to do that because I love both of these movies. Oh, God damn it. Okay. Might not be the right pick, but I'm going with Parasite 2020.
Oh,
That's what I'm going to take.
That's the right pick.
That's the right.
That was the pick.
I think that's what I'm going to do. I love this movie. I've talked about it multiple times. I'm going to say it one more time. I had a 3-week run with Parasite, Uncut Gems, and Knives Out. I just thought that was the greatest time in movie theater history. I was like, holy shit, all these came out 3 weeks in a row. Like, this is insane. I thought movies just kept getting better and better, and Parasite was the best out of all that. So I love this movie. I'm super happy to get it. Yeah, I don't know. What do you say about Parasite? Like, I think it's just one of the best to ever do it.
Yeah, not much to add, honestly. One of the best to ever do it.
That one hurt, guys. That one really hurt. Oh God.
Oh,
right,
this
is
is
it my pick
this is
now?
interesting. It is. So it is your pick, Aryan. This
Okay.
This is where things could get interesting pretty quickly.
Dude. Okay. This I don't know if I want to stick in that kind. I think I might just have to take Everything Everywhere All at Once. I think that's my safe pick right now. I'm confident, number one, that's what the people want, but I'm also like that. If we're talking about a solid sweep, it took a lot of awards home. I mean, I think saw this in theaters like 4 times and cried every single time. First time my mom started sobbing in a theater was to this movie. Like, this is life-changing stuff right here. Yeah, that's my pick. I think it's an easy one.
Yeah, it's solid. That's a great selection.
Hard to compete with a movie that wins 7 Oscars. I'll give you that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Pretty
I feel
solid.
like this pod is just going to be us being like, well, what do you say about this movie?
Yeah.
It really is.
Because it really
Dive
is.
deep
Like, I
into
mean,
Casablanca.
obviously the Oscars get it wrong plenty of times, but I think what we'll be choosing will be the better half of those films. I mean, I would hope so. But yeah, great pick.
I'm excited for Ethan's thoughts on Coda.
Me too.
This is honestly, here's the interesting thing is everything everywhere all at once in Coda are the total dichotomy of the Academy, which I think is really interesting. We'll have that conversation when the time comes. We don't know if I'm stuck with Coda. Why are you guys talking like I have that movie on my team?
It's
I don't.
true.
Okay, I don't.
True. Gotta see what Sophie
Anything's
does.
possible.
Yeah.
Let's relax.
All right, so I'm now on the turn, and I am going to start in the 1970s, 1980s category, and I'm going to take The Godfather.
Shoot.
I feel like this could be taken as like, oh, your basic ass pick, but I rewatched The Godfather last week, and that movie just bangs. Like, it is just so good. I feel like my whole life watching The Godfather felt like such a daunting task, but now it's just like, it is a movie you can throw on because it's so entertaining and just doesn't miss a beat. So yeah, Godfather.
I like it.
What do you say about The Godfather?
That it's better than The Godfather Part 2.
Yes,
Oh,
that's true.
Do you remember last week when we were talking about direct sequels and Sophie, you were like, Godfather, pretty good movie. I still think I think your updated quote is better for the poster. It's a banger movie.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's The Godfather. We've all said it. There's little else that you can say. I think a pretty like defining moment in Academy history, at least like what I know in terms of like what the Academy cares about, represents awards, and this was like really the pinnacle of that era, and where cinema was going. So yeah, shout out Francis Ford Coppola coming out with a new movie this year. Let's fucking go. Megalopolis looking great from the one still we have.
It can happen.
$100 million still right there. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Sophie, you're back.
Yeah, I'm back. Well, I feel like I have to do what I have to do, and I have to go in the 2020s category. And I will be selecting Nomadland. which is a movie that I actually really do like. I think obviously it was the winner during our COVID year, and so a lot of movies didn't come out. It was a weird choice for the Academy, I feel like, but it's still a great movie. I mean, I would have liked it if David Fincher's Mank took home that trophy, but okay. Nomadland was a close second for me that year, and I really do love it. I love Frances McDormand's performance in that film, so I'm happy to take it so I don't have to have Coda on my team.
Yeah. I loved how,
where's all of okay, whatever. Just continue.
I just loved how almost like upset Frances McDormand looked every time she won. She's like, oh, God damn it, I got to walk up there and give another speech. You know, she was like just bothered by it. Like, all right, fine, I'll go up there. But yeah, she was fantastic in that movie.
I like Nomadland quite a bit. I mean, let's be honest, we were in a pretty bad drought of movies at that time. So like the things of like that we held on to, the things that I held on to, I have not revisited Nomadland since like I saw it when it when it came out, like a few weeks before the Oscars. So I don't know how it holds up for me personally, but that, I mean, some pretty dark times back then. I guess we'll talk about Coda when we get there. I don't know, save the conversation, I guess.
That's literally how we're going to close out the pod, is talking about Coda, and I cannot wait.
Tough.
Save the best for last. Here we are. Coda.
Bad beat, honestly. You guys made that happen. You made it be that way.
What a spin that is. I love it.
No blood on my hands over here. Okay, Aryan, we're back to you for round 2.
All right. I'm going to take it all the way back. First category, 1927, 1969. This is, I'm pretty sure, one of the like 2 movies I've seen in this entire category. I'm going to go Lawrence of Arabia. I think it's like the oldest movie that I've seen that feels like the biggest. Like, it's just an absolutely massive movie, and I watched it with my dad for the first time, and we were both just like, this is unbelievable. Like, it's just one massive set piece after another. I don't think like on a performance level or anything like that, like it's something that really sticks with me on that side of things, but again, just a huge movie. And it's like when you're like, okay, like these like Lord of the Rings movies that have massive set pieces and you just can't believe what's in front of your eyes. That's what this feels like to me. And then I just can't think, like I'm like, how did they make this in the 60s? Like what, like this had to have been the most insane like production ever, I can't believe this movie exists is basically what I'm saying.
Yeah. I just want it to be known that the 2 picks that you have on your team each have 7 Oscars. So you've amassed 14 Oscars in 2 picks. Congratulations. Nice. I'd be really curious to see what team ends up with the most Oscar wins at the end of this. It could be a fun little exercise there. I haven't seen Lawrence of Arabia. That's like one of the oldies that I haven't gotten around to, so I have nothing to add to the conversation. It seems like something I got to be pretty locked in for at 3.5 hours. Yeah. But then again, I've watched Oppenheimer 8 times. So what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Make choices, I guess. Yeah. I don't know. I have not seen this movie front to back, just a lot of clips in film school, but it is insanely impressive what they were able to pull off. This is a really good choice.
I have not seen Lawrence of Arabia either. It's something that I definitely want to try to see in a theater just so I can be completely locked in, but have yet to have that opportunity. So, good pick.
It's a good shout out. Seeing that in a theater, that'd be cool. Yeah, nice job. Okay. Wow, Aryan, you went with the latest and the earliest. Pretty impressive. Good. Little jump there. Okay, Ben.
I'm going to go with one that kind of represents 3. And I'm going to be taking The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King.
Oh.
Wow.
Do you not like that movie? I
don't
know
me? Are you talking to me?
Yeah. Arian's response. I thought it was like disgust. Like, oh,
no. I was like, he took this. Okay, like we're like,
nice, yeah.
That's where, yeah, no.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's just like this is kind of a culmination of all 3 movies and everything that they accomplished, winning 11 awards in one night. And it's just probably the best ending to a trilogy, probably the best movie that's ended a trilogy. So yeah, I'm super stoked to have it.
Yeah, Return of the King is sick. Pretty sick movie.
It's not bad.
I'm really interested because I think I brought this up on our A24 pod when we were talking about the Oscars. I'm really curious to see how the animated Spider-Verse trilogy, if it emulates this kind of Lord of the Rings thing where the third one will get all the awards or more of the awards than kind of the first two. I'm interested to see what happens. Obviously, that's not always the case, but it's happened. Okay. Wow. Well, that'll go in your 2000 and 2009 category. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yep.
If I understand how years work. Okay, great. I do.
Nailed it.
All right, nice. Okie dokie. Okay, cool. So I think that I'm going to go another earlier category here, 1970 to 1989. And similar but different to Sophie, I'm going to be going with The Godfather Part 2, a movie that I drafted last week in our direct sequels draft, a movie that I still think is one of the greatest sequels of all time, that really takes and expands upon Michael Corleone's story and kind of this rise of villainy and evil within him. I think to have The Godfather win in 72 and then The Godfather Part 2 win in 74 is kind of wild and like shows what a lock Francis Ford Coppola and like The Godfather had on society in general. It was just like, that was it. I'm pretty stoked to get this on my team. I love this movie. I think it's great. Ben, I know you don't share my affections, but that's okay. We don't all have to be on the right side of history.
That's true. It's lonely over here, but yeah, I don't know, man. I'm happy for you. I think it's great that you have that. So,
okay,
congrats.
I can't speak on the pick, but we'll see. I guess I'm at least in the middle because I've seen The Godfather, but I have not seen Part 2. So I'm at least just somewhere in the median there.
Look, one of the movies has De Niro, one of them doesn't. That's all I got to say about that.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Take that for what it's worth.
If you didn't, if you didn't really know who you're gonna vote for yet, that's bad. I would go that way. Okay, that locks up that category for me. Let me just turn some of these nice cells green. Okie dokie here. I feel like we got a pretty good slate left in some of these categories. I'm gonna go with my heart on this one. A movie that I watched a lot as a kid. A movie that kind of defined what I like about movies now. And I watched it far, far too young, and it was far too long for me. But it stuck with me. Got the chance to revisit it in a theater over the last couple of years, I believe, when it celebrated its 25th anniversary, I want to say. I am going with Titanic for 1997. Kate Winslet, Leo DiCaprio, James Cameron. I mean, that's Titanic. Pretty great movie. Pretty good in the theater. Still holds up. It is a romantic epic. Really unlike a lot of other films. And it is quite a great movie.
That was gonna be mine. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yes!
That was you took that one right. You took that right from under me, dude. Oh god.
We did it.
Can't deny Titanic. I also got to see it in a movie theater this year, and yeah, it's like pretty wild. I think it's James Cameron's best film by a mile, in my opinion.
Nautical mile.
Jesus Christ.
I also saw it for the first time in the theaters when they just released it last year or 2 years ago. It was awesome. It was really good. I just grew up at the time when it came out and everybody was in love with Leo. And I was like, you know what? Fuck this dude. I'm not going to go watch his movie because everyone likes him. So I just never saw it. And then I grew to love Leo and then eventually got around to seeing that movie. And it's an amazing film. So that was also going to be my next pick right now. So good job.
Oh, it sounds like I took the
right
number
choice.
one. Yeah. The number one pick out of the squad here.
Yeah, you did
for
it.
a change. Whoa.
Yeah, you did it.
Mr. Monsters University.
Yeah.
Okay. Monsters U deserves no shade, guys. Great flick. Great flick.
Yeah, I will
Yeah,
say,
I
I gotta stand. I
Titanic.
gotta stand on Ethan with that one. I think Moss is pretty underrated. flick,
Let's
in my
go.
opinion.
You guys try to throw me under the bus. Aryan comes
Yeah.
back and he pulls me out of the fire.
Yeah,
You
guys.
Rescues me.
Got your back.
I thought this was a serious podcast.
Hey, this is only a serious podcast. No fun here. Okay. I'm feeling pretty good. I love Titanic. It's a great movie. Who's next? Ben.
Yeah. All right. What to do? I think I'm going to take. What do people have?
What does that question mean? Like, what do we have on our teams?
Yeah, like what categories?
Oh, okay.
There's really a year where I kind of only like 2 movies, and I want to make sure I get one of those. So I'm going with 2016's Moonlight.
Oh, yep.
The
Nice
2010s
pick.
is kind of sparse with like The Artist, Green Book, King's Speech, stuff like that. There's some good movies there for sure, but Moonlight is, for me, far and above all of them. So that's what I am going to take.
Huge missed opportunity there. You could have done a little, I'm going to select La La Land.
La La Land.
Just
Wow.
kidding.
Yeah.
You
Run
blew
it
it.
back. Run it back. Told you I'm not on my game. I didn't even have an intro for Jake Gyllenhaal. It's just like, hey,
Yeah, that's definitely the best movie in that category. If I do say so myself.
I'm really
Incredible.
just going to spend the rest of this draft wishing I'd done that.
I'm sorry.
So good.
I love how you pick something that you like adore, and the first thing Sophie does is like, you messed that one up.
Could have done it better. Like, all right. You're not wrong.
Yeah, Moonlight, incredible film. Truly an excellent film. Of course, La La Land being one of my favorite movies of all time. It's a bit of a predicament here with the Moonlight La La Land saga, as we mentioned in the beginning of the show. The Academy's messed up plenty of times. This was a time they literally actually messed up. But I mean, Moonlight is pivotal for when it won and what it meant, and I guess what it meant for Hollywood as well, and like what people see in that film. Gorgeous movie. We got to get Mahershala Ali and more stuff like that. It's truly incredible performance.
Without a doubt.
Yeah. Good pick, man. Good pick. What's Trevante Rhodes been up to? What's that guy doing?
I don't know.
It's like not making movies right now, man.
Yeah.
We got to get him in more stuff too. He plays the older version of the kid. It's really good. Okay. Aryan, I believe the pick is yours.
All right. This one might be the craziest pick of the entire draft. I might get tomatoed, booed, and everything, but I'm going 1970 to 1989. I'm gonna take Rocky. I know that might be crazy, but I'm taking Rocky. I just watched it for the first time last year, and again, truly life-changing movie. I watched like the entire franchise in under a week after that. It was just absolutely amazing, dude. And I like when I first watched it, I was like, it's a little too just simple. Like I was like, like what is it? Like what was it about this movie? And then I watched it again after watching the entire franchise, and I was like, okay, I get it now. Like this is it. Like it's undoubtedly like the most motivational time of my life. Like it is just punch after punch. I love like how simple the story is, but it gets the message across. I wish there were more simple things like this in life. Like simple, but 5 out of 5. It gets you through. It gets you through it. I love this movie.
Oh, that was one of mine for this area too. So I think that's a great selection. I definitely would have taken that. Stallone's first Oscars, right? Like he wrote this, all that kind of stuff. Like it's a great film. So wonderful choice.
R.I.P. Carl Weathers, obviously. Prominent in Rocky and the Rocky franchise. Yeah, Rocky's not really a movie that I've revisited a whole lot. I don't have a great personal attachment for it. I I don't know. I'm more of a Raging Bull guy myself. But look, Rocky won Best Picture, so it's got that going for it.
Yeah.
We're big on
Yeah,
the domestic
Rocky's great.
violence storyline, right?
That's really,
really, yeah.
really
That's what sends it over the top
ropes
for
me
you.
in.
Yeah, not enough of that in Rocky.
You're gonna give me a
so.
steak? Give me a steak. Yeah, I just love people commanding their significant others. Okay, Rocky. Yeah, good pick. How does Aryan pick Rocky and then things get spun around on me? How am I the bad guy?
You're a punching bag.
Crazy. Sophie, you got 2 picks.
I do. I just wanted to quickly say, though, that Rocky, great movie. And I know the reason we had, like, in creating this draft, the categories, the years just made the most sense to do it this way. But the 1970s and the 1980s are just so stacked to me. Like, I really think that any movie from any of those years would be a solid pick. Whereas, like, the 2010s are a little bit tough for me. So, my team might look a little bit different this time because I feel like I'm picking things I don't, like, typically maybe love, but you gotta do what you gotta do. AKA Nomadland sitting on my team right now. Anyways, speaking of the 2010s, I should probably go there next because I think it's the slimmest for me. So I'm gonna take Spotlight.
God damn it! No!
Yeah.
That's 2 drafts in a row, Sophie!
Wait, I didn't even know you liked this movie.
We have almost 100 movies to pick from, and you picked the only movie that I care about this deeply.
Okay, you had the first.
They knew the whole time, Sophie, and they let it happen.
I didn't know Spotlight had stands like that. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
it was,
for real.
Fucking,
Wow.
You gotta ask
What in the
Ben.
world?
My guy Ben going psycho over here every time I quote it. Every pod.
It's a party of one, but he's a stand for sure. Like,
Wow,
God.
Ethan, I had no idea.
Immaculate
You did have the first overall pick though, so if it's the movie that meant the most to you, you had the opportunity.
Okay, yeah. I'm going to pick Spotlight with the first overall pick. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Come on. Let's be realistic here.
Yeah, Spotlight's cool. Really great movie. Great movie about journalism. Great Mark Ruffalo. I feel
Great
like I'm one of the
review,
only
Sophie.
people.
Really good review.
I know, thank you. I think I'm one of the only people who takes Mark Ruffalo seriously, and it sucks. It sucks over here because I think he's amazing. So
yeah, I think Mark Ruffalo is the only, like, he's just everything he's in. He's just so, like, he's so different every time. Like, like even in Poor Things, I'm like, who is this dude? I've never seen this guy in any other like, this isn't the same guy. He just, yeah, I love.
His filmography is great. 13 going on 30 and Kids Are All Right. Like, he's awesome. And he was like, I don't know how much of a challenge, but a lot of fans to meet the expectations for coming into the MCU. And I think he did a really good job with that too.
totally.
Yeah, Mark Ruffalo is quite great in Spotlight, honestly. Yeah, Sophie, like you mentioned, great journalism film. Lights out Stanley Tucci performance in this movie too. Him and Ruffalo on the bench, pretty good stuff. I think the core cast that you have in Mark Ruffalo, Michael Keaton, Rachel McAdams, and then Brian Darcy James, I think they work really flawlessly in this type of setting. And then Liev Schreiber coming in and doing what he does so well. Spotlight rules. I didn't know you were a Spotlight head.
There's dozens of us.
I guess now I know.
Yeah.
There are
I didn't
dozens
know that
of
was a
us.
thing.
I did premise my pick with saying that it was really slim. So I kind of just
wow.
So I kind of just picked the best of the
That's
of the bunch.
insane. That's insane to me. Do you really? You think 2010 to 2019 is the slimmest category we have on here?
I do.
Oh, I very, very starkly disagree. That's interesting.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it is interesting.
I agree with Sophie. I think it's a pretty and surprisingly no one's taken my number one yet either, which is like maybe I'm wrong, guys. Maybe I don't know what's going on.
Oh man. Okay. let me ask you this then, Sophie. You were going to take Moonlight in that category?
Yes, I was.
Okay, so 1 out of your 10 options gets taken, then you're like, well, this category's cooked. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it's thin, you only have 2 options, then yeah. So.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. I was going to have the perfect team plus Coda. Shoot. That could have been it.
Plus Coda.
Could have had him. Could have had him.
love that
So
little,
not perfect.
Dang.
Stinger there at the end.
Yeah, so not perfect. Yeah, I think maybe it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago, I think. It was pretty late at night, and I was texting Ben photographs of my television and all of the YouTube clips that I was watching from Spotlight. And I was blowing up his phone. And I'm pretty sure, Ben, you just replied to me at the very end of everything, and you're like, cool, you're watching Spotlight clips. And I had never felt less seen.
I put my phone on mute and threw it outside. I was like, I'll go get it in like an hour when he's done, but I can't be bothered right now.
You knew
What
the
a
barrage
sweet
was coming.
friendship.
It was coming in.
That's insane. Oh, gosh. Okay, Sophie, you've got another pick.
I do. Know exactly where I'm going here. I am going to pick a film in the 1990s category, and I'm going to take Silence of the Lambs.
Nice.
Which is one of my favorite thrillers probably of all time. I remember my parents growing up like just constantly talking about how that was like the scariest movie they'd ever seen, and then I watched it and I was like, interesting, not very scary, just like has one of the great performances ever, and just like constantly sticks with me. I think as someone who watches a lot of like crime shows and things like that, it's kind of the gold standard for like everything in the thriller genre. So happy to have it here.
Jonathan
Silence of the
Demme.
Lambs.
Yeah.
Last movie to win the Big Five, 1991. Will a movie ever win the Big Five again? I don't think so.
I hope so.
I think we're done. I would hope so. Obviously, Best Picture, Best Screenplay, Best Actor, Best Actress, Best Supporting Actor, Best Supporting Actress. Not going to happen with Oppenheimer. I don't know the next time it'll happen, and I think it's obviously a dying rarity. Hasn't happened in a long time. Great pickup in Silence of the Lambs.
You saying Maestro's not going to do it? What you're saying?
Look, I'm not saying it's impossible.
Okay. Just unlikely.
We all know Summer Sings and Bradley Cooper.
It does indeed.
Guy who walks around naked everywhere in his home, apparently.
Apparently he doesn't love his daughter either.
God.
Didn't love his daughter
So
either.
we gotta get that guy off the trail. We gotta save our boy. Look, we gotta
doing too
save our
much.
boy.
He's too cooked.
Doing too much, my
he's
guy.
Too far gone.
Hollywood made him this way, guys. The Academy caused this. Let's just say. Okay, Aryan, you've got to pick.
All right. I'm just gonna like I agreed with Sophie. 2010 is pretty slim for me. I'm gonna go 2015's Birdman.
Oh my God.
I don't know what the perception on that movie is because I just recently watched it. I love this film. I think it's just like the weirdest thing ever, and I love it so much. I think it's like just batshit insane. It's just like I like the one take thing is cool. Like I think that's okay. Like visually, that's a cool thing that they did. But aside from that, the fact that it was still pretty emotional and honestly just like it kept me captivated the whole time while still doing that whole one take gimmick. I really like that, and I respect the filmmaking aspect of it.
Solid selection. If Moonlight had been taken, that's what I wanted to go with. I think it's great. I think it's crazy. And Inarritu shot this in between shooting The Revenant, which is crazy to think about. Just like taking a break, go make Birdman, and then go back to Revenant. But yeah, awesome performance from Michael Keaton. I mean, from a lot of people in this, but from Michael Keaton for sure.
I miss Michael Keaton doing stuff like this. This is cool. This is like this is a little unhinged, a little weird. Edward Norton is great in this movie. I think it's a great flick. Honestly, I really enjoy Birdman. That means that all 3 of my top 3 picks for that category are gone. So congratulations, everybody! You've done it.
That's exciting.
You screwed me again.
What do I want? Silence of the Lambs is what I was hoping would come back around. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just seeing what everyone else is drafted. All right.
You seem stumped, Ben. I'm going to be honest with you. So you seem like you're in a hard spot.
You're going to start the clock, probably.
We're going to move on.
Here? Yeah. I am going to go in the 90s as well, and probably what is one of the best made films of that year or that decade, and I'm going to go with Schindler's List in 94.
It's a good pick.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think that's the one for that year or that decade. Can't talk. Yeah, I mean, again, like, what do you say about Schindler's List? Like, I have no idea what like I could possibly contribute to society in terms of Schindler's List, other than watch it once in your life. Just that's all you need, but watch it.
Yeah, really good movie.
Sorry. I just want to say also, I love that Spielberg was like, Zone of Interest is the best thing since my movie. Like, fuck yeah, it is, dude. Like, he's not going to be humble at all. He's like, nah, mine's still the best, but this was the best since then, for sure.
Yeah, what a boss, honestly. Pretty crazy that he didn't win any acting awards, which is wild. Liam Neeson didn't win. Ralph Fiennes didn't win either. Obviously, Steven Spielberg wins Best Director for this movie, wins 7 Academy Awards. I watched this recently for one of my film classes. It was my first time seeing it. And I was like, okay, like I get it now. I get why people like talk about Schindler's List with such reverence. Really great movie. Really, really intense watch. Interesting question though that Stevie brings up: Schindler's List or the Zone of Interest? Which one's the preference here?
I think Schindler's List. I want to answer that.
I think Schindler's List. I think Schindler's List. I mean, maybe the Zone of Interest with time, but I mean, both movies did leave me speechless, right? So, I mean, I guess they both have that on their hands. But yeah, Schindler's List. That's for me.
Yeah, that's fair. Sophie, one or the other? You're staying out.
Definitely Schindler's List. I mean, okay. I feel like it's hard to compare the two, but yeah, Schindler's List for sure.
2 very different films, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, I've got 2 picks left, and one of them is or both of them are not Coda. I'll tell you that right now. So save your Coda takes for the very end, because it's coming. Get ready. Okay. I've got 2000 and 2009, and I've got 2010 to 2019. These are the 2 categories I got to fall in here. This is tough because 2000 to 2009, I think only one person has picked something from that category, and that's you, Ben. You've picked Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King. I feel like I got a lot of power there, and I could steal maybe what some other people want. But I'm gonna need another minute to stew on it. I'm gonna go 2010 to 2019. I'm gonna take my 4th pick of this category because Spotlight was my first pick, and I didn't get that. I'm going with Ben Affleck's Argo. I think Argo is quite a great film. And I think Argo is interesting, especially in Academy Awards history, because it goes to win Best Picture, and I don't think anything else, which is exceptionally unusual. Usually it takes a screenplay or an acting win to propel to a Best Picture win. This doesn't happen for Argo. Really interesting, great movie, great kind of, historical picture. Ben Affleck directs and he stars in, and you get the iconic Argo fuck yourself, which I think, has lived on in society, which is great.
That is something to say for sure about this movie. Argo fuck yourself. Yeah, I mean, this is a good movie. It's a clear 4th choice though. Well,
that's why they added the number 4. That's why it was 4th for me. I know.
You did it.
Oh, it's putting me in a spot here. Okay. I've got Argo. Okay. I'm going to go with category 2000 to 2009. Got some serious heaters in this category. I feel like really there's 2 to choose between here. And I can't quite figure out which one that I want. Both of them are pretty revered films. I think I'm going to go with my heart, though, and I'm going to take The Departed. I'm going to go with Scorsese. Oh, the only Scorsese movie to win Best Picture.
Dude.
I mean, it's Damon. It's the squad. It's Scorsese doing what he does. And Jack Nicholson being completely unhinged and unparalleled. I don't know. Departed fucking rules. I think it's a great movie.
I really want to hear Sophie's response to this. She
Me
looks
too. She's
very
bottling up.
upset.
I don't know why I thought this would make it back to me. Yeah, I really want to forfeit right now. I really do.
I can guarantee it wasn't going to make it back to you.
Ethan's team. No, I know, but Ethan's team right now is just like, I mean, minus Argo and Coda, I guess. But those are like movies that are all like on my favorites list of all time. Like, just I don't know. I'm
So
feeling a lot right now.
Is that what you're saying?
I guess.
Yeah,
I
baby.
guess.
Yeah, I do.
You have
Would
a
it would it help you to know that this was not even my first pick in my own notes, and I swerved and I went with a lower pick?
Ooh.
I feel good
on.
about that because I was obviously the right way to go.
Just to hurt us, I guess, right? That's what it was for.
Just throwing it out there.
I wish we could like do some tradesing right now. Like,
Hey,
I would give you Spotlight.
I'll give you Argo. We'll go 1 for 1.
But I don't want Argo. Like, these categories are just really messing with me.
Yeah. You made the categories, Sophie. Let's let the listeners know you're the one that came up with these categories.
We had a discussion
where you proposed these categories and you were like, sounds good. And we're like, yeah, that works. That was the discussion.
Wow,
cool. I got The Departed on my team. Man, great flick. Wow.
That one hurt. That one hurt
Man.
my heart, like deep. Like that's like deep in my like that one, dude.
Departed's sick. Where's The Departed on Mark Wahlberg power rankings?
Ooh.
I mean, it's his best performance, I think.
Yeah, like
I'm
saying like top 2, like for sure.
Yeah.
Some of you guys need to watch Rockstar. I can tell you that. Wahlberg brings it.
We all excited for King Arthur coming out? Mark Wahlberg's next movie with a dog?
I had no idea that existed.
I did not know what you were talking about.
Sounds like you are.
Mighty have fallen.
Sounds like you're really excited about this.
Yeah, Ethan can't wait.
I'm just trying to look out for my guy, my Boogie Nights man. You know, I'm just trying to get him back to his roots. Tough. Okay, those are my 2 picks. Moving on to Ben.
Here we go. So you guys all what?
Is that like your power up phrase? You're like, here we go.
Here we go.
And then you dive in.
Here we go.
Well, you guys have all picked from 70 to 89, so I'm just gonna save that for last. So I'm going back to 27 to 69. I'm going with, obviously, I can't take Casablanca. So I'm going to take my second favorite film from this era, what some might call the first rom-com ever. I'm taking Frank Capra's It Happened One Night, a movie that also won the Big Five, directing, picture, writing, and both leads. So suck it, Silence of the Lambs. But no, I love this movie. It's like a classic, 2 people stuck together that don't want to be together, and they've got to like share a room and split it with a blanket, and just like one's prim and proper, one doesn't give a shit. Like, it's a really funny movie, and I think it holds up well, especially being from 1934. I think it's when it's from. So not really expecting it to bring me a whole lot of votes, but I do want to get, if I can have Casablanca, I want to get my favorite from this time.
I hope you find your hive, man. I hope the people find you.
Yeah, the Clark Gable heads, the Claudette Colbert heads, like, they're out there. They're gonna come through.
They're out there.
Yeah,
For sure.
Let's go, you Capra nuts. Let's go.
Man, your power up phrase really did work. Wonders.
I'm ready to go.
Jeez. I haven't seen this. It's been on my watch list for a while. I just haven't seen it yet.
I haven't either.
I recommend it.
Yep, neither have I. So
I was hoping to upset Sophie, but that's all right. I'm still glad I have it. Like her
That's always
Pulp
a goal.
Fiction at 6. Jesus.
Priority number 1, upset Sophie. Priority number 2, get a good movie. And then everything else, yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, Aryan, you are up for your next pick.
Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, I only have two categories left.
Mm-hmm.
No one has 1990s left, so I'm gonna save that. 2000, 2009. The Departed was my pick. I'm gonna go Gladiator. I just, it's, I can't say I absolutely love the movie. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've seen it once, and I thought it was pretty great, but I'm not like over the moon about it. I'm not over the moon excited about Gladiator 2 either, just because I haven't been a fan of Ridley Scott's most of his recent stuff. But for a pick, I'm not really mad about it. I have two categories left. The Gladiator, massive movie, epic movie, that's undeniable. So I'm not mad about this one, but
You guys really think Gladiator 2 costs upwards of $300 million?
that's cool. I after watching Dune 2, I refuse to believe that, because Dune 2 was 190 million, and I'm like, how much better can you really get? Let's be so for real. Like, how much, like, where do you go from here? I don't know.
It's tough. I don't know, man. What's really doing with all the money? Who knows?
It's got to be tax evasion.
There's
something like that.
There's like
dude.
horses, probably like chariots.
Bring back
You
the
think it's
ghost
shit-
of
you
Russell
think-
Crowe.
Dude, that's what the exec asked. They're like, where'd the extra 100 million come from? Ridley Scott's like, chariots. He walks out of the room.
Yeah, how
Chariots,
many chariots
horses.
are we? $310 million, guys. Oh my god.
They're
Oh,
fancy.
Look,
I don't know.
Ridley
Keep giving
Scott-
Ridley Scott money. Like, give him
yeah,
money.
that's what I'm saying too, bro. Last Duel, House of Gucci, Napoleon. We're getting great movies that are being
Dude.
misunderstood at their time. Napoleon, maybe not
That's-
so much, but the other ones.
I think The Last Duel is amazing. I
Yeah.
cannot
Incredible film.
defend House of Gucci. I cannot defend
Oh,
all of Napoleon.
I'm a
I'm
peacock.
sorry.
Come on. You
All
gotta,
right, you've just lost your spot back on the pod. I'm so sorry
Yeah.
to say.
Dude,
House of
Jared
Gucci
Leto just
rules.
dude, I don't know, man.
I'm hoping
Ben-
he brings that voice over to Tron. I think that'd be awesome. I would love to
Oh
see
my
that.
gosh.
Ben, where are you at on Gladiator?
Well, as the known Russell Crowe lover that I am, it's not for me. I don't. Yeah, for some reason he just doesn't work that often for me, and this is one of them. And it's hard when he's like the main focus of the film. But like it looked cool, so I'm more excited for this one than I am the first one, the second that's coming out.
Okay. All right. I haven't seen Gladiator. I got no thoughts on Gladiator. Sophie, anything to add?
No. I'm happy he took this because I didn't want it. That's all I'll say.
Oh,
Right. Shade.
Damn.
But
Okay.
I am very excited for Gladiator 2 because I need Paul in the leading role. It's time.
Will Paul be? It's not that I don't trust. It's not that I don't have faith. Will Paul Mescal be good in Gladiator 2? That's a
Dude,
new
Paul
role
Mes-
for
Absolutely.
him, man.
dude, he can be good in anything. Trust, guys. It's Paul Mescal.
Mhm.
Let's be so honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ethan,
Whatever
what's
you
your
say.
least favorite Paul Mescal role? Let's hear it.
My least favorite.
Yeah, the one you're worried he's
Well-
going to replicate in Gladiator 2.
I
What
just
bad
but-
role has he done?
I just no. I'm just saying. Like he's in All of Us Strangers. He's done After Sun. He's done normal people. He's done like roles that are not action hero. You know
Yeah,
what I
no,
mean?
that's a good point for sure.
That's
Yeah.
what that's all I'm trying to say. I love him in all of those things. Look, I hope he busts out a little dance moves in Gladiator 2, all After Sun style.
That'd be
That's
sweet.
all that I want. That'd be great. So you've got your two final picks. You're gonna be the first team wrapped here.
Yay. I'm excited. Both these movies
That
are
Sounded so
movies
fake.
that I want. No,
Hey.
I am excited. I genuinely am because I need some movies that I can get behind on my team. So, first, I'm going to select from 1927 to the 1960s category. This category was like pretty deep for me. I didn't really feel like I needed to pick it until now. So, I'm going to select The Apartment, Billy Wilder's The Apartment. I watched this movie for the first time this Christmas, actually, and just really enjoyed it. Great rom-com, great New York movie. Was just super unexpected. Like, I don't think I'd seen any of Wilder's movies before. Am I right about that? Let's see. Yeah, it was my first one. Really enjoyed it, and I've gone on to watch a lot of stuff from his filmography, which has been cool. So yeah, you guys like The Apartment?
Yes. It's
Wouldn't
a good
know.
movie. I think it's a great
Haven't
choice.
Never seen it, but put it on the watch list.
I'm
Jack
happy
Lemmon
for
What
showed
did
you.
you
in the
say?
plane.
You have
Yeah.
seen it or you haven't?
I have not
Oh,
seen it,
dang.
unfortunately. Yeah, I'm sorry.
And then he said happy for you. So I think that might have been no, I'm kidding.
No, look, you're happy, I'm happy.
When I was in 4th grade, we did like a project where you had to choose a famous person and dress up as them and do like a whole report. And everyone chose, like presidents or their favorite football players. And I just randomly chose Shirley MacLaine, having seen
yeah.
none of her films.
That's awesome.
Like I just wanted to do I just wanted a movie star. I think I probably Googled like greatest movie star. And
Nice.
Shirley MacLaine came up.
And
So
look
I
at
feel
that.
like I have
Life changed forever.
exactly. I do feel like I have a spiritual connection to her.
Nice.
So
Nice.
The Apartment is great. And then lastly, sorry for the sirens, everyone. Kind of fitting. New York movie, The Apartment, a New York movie.
Yeah.
Wait,
Okay.
whoa. Hold on. You live in New York?
The Ninja Turtles?
Are you serious?
Wait,
Yeah,
I
The
cannot.
actually-
Ninja Turtles live there. The Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, the Ninja Turtles are hanging. They're waiting for me at the bar right now.
Nice.
I gotta get
That's our
going.
next pick is Teenage
They're
Mutant Ninja Turtles.
waiting for you in the bar. Are they're wearing their trench coats, huh? From the 90s live action turtle movies? Hanging in the bar? Okay.
All right. Wow, this podcast is really something.
Hey, man,
Okay.
you brought it up. You said you live in New York. You just
I
blew my
know, I
mind.
know.
I just didn't know that.
All right. My last pick will be coming from the early 2000s, and I'm very happy to select No Country for Old Men. The Departed was my pick. I can't believe Martin Scorsese has only won Best Picture for The Departed, but in very close second is No Country for Old Men. I'm really on my Javier Bardem, Josh Brolin kick because of Dune 2 right now. What a fun friendship they have. And just 2 great performances in this movie. So happy to have it.
This was my number one pick for this category, and then I swerved and I went with The Departed. No Country for Old Men is insanely good.
It's an excellent film. That was, if I didn't get Lord of the Rings, this is what I wanted to get. I think it's, almost perfect. I love it.
I would have picked that if I was debating whether, because I haven't seen it. So I was like, do I go fan? I know everyone loves this movie. So do I pick this or do I pick the one I've seen? So I had to settle for Gladiator, but it was tempting.
That's fair. Well, now you know. Javier Bardem as Anton Chigurh is probably one of the more frightening things in films, and I think one of his best performances, for sure. He has such a fascinating career to me, where he can just line up one of these characters and work with the Coen brothers and just bust something out like this. It's kind of crazy. It's a good pick. It's a great flick.
So good.
You're up, Ben. Or Aryan, you're
Arian's
up,
up.
actually.
Oh,
Aryan,
wait,
you've got your last pick.
okay. All right. I'm not really happy about this one. I'm going to keep it 100% with you guys. 1990 to 1999. I'm going Forrest Gump. I haven't seen any other of the movies in this category. I think this is just a classic. I mean, again, another movie I watched with my family for the first time. Just, again, what can you say about Forrest Gump, guys? I mean, it's just, I don't think it's an amazing performance either, but I don't, it doesn't blow me away. I guess because I didn't grow up on this movie or anything like that. It's just a movie I've seen that's nominated for Best Picture. Solid one. Not proud of it being my last pick, and I hope this doesn't represent my draft as a whole. But
It's the one pick you're going to hear the most about is Forrest Gump. You guys pay attention to the rest of my team. It's
Yeah. yeah, that's basically it for Forrest Gump, guys. Not happy about that one.
Very fascinating. This movie's directed by Robert Zemeckis. What a strange career for that guy.
Yeah.
Directed a little animated flick called The Polar Express. I like that movie. That's a good one. Where's my Polar Express?
Arguably
heads?
the worst Robert Zemeckis movie, The Polar Express.
What?
Nice.
Get out of town! Get out of here!
Come
I
on,
love
like
The
you
Polar
could
Express. I watch it every year.
couldn't have at least say like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, like Back to the Future. Come on.
Yeah, they're okay. Polar Express, though. Come on. It's about a magic train, guys. A magic train.
A magic train
Polar
where Tom
Express.
Hanks is playing like 5 characters.
Yeah, dude, you know the amount of work he put in for that? Come on.
Dude, the animation in that movie gave me nightmares, dude. Like I could not sleep after watching that movie. It was
We get Steven Tyler as an elf. That's a huge win. I have not seen Forrest Gump. It won 6 Oscars. Of course, you know, a bit of a troublesome movie nowadays, especially with Tom Hanks' performance. But, you know, won Best Picture. Can be drafted, and you did it. Good job. I don't know. Anybody else like Forrest Gump? I just haven't seen it, so I don't really know.
Not
completely-
particularly. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just it's a movie, dude. Like you said, it's a movie that won Best Picture. It's the
Yeah.
True.
I've seen.
I'm sure there's a
That's-
contingent out there that will get
Yeah.
their votes. So it's
Got to find the Gump heads, yeah.
yeah.
Okay, Ben, you've got your last pick.
70 to 89. There's a lot of good stuff here. But I'm gonna go with The Deer Hunter.
Hmm.
Really love this movie. About war and how it impacted everyone. The cast though, like De Niro, Christopher Walken, John Cazale, and Streep is insane. Like what a 4. You know, it's pretty fantastic. It was not what I was expecting when I put it on. But I do love this film, and you know, there's a lot of really good stuff in these 2 decades, but this is the one I want on my team.
Nice. That's good. I've got nothing to add to The Deer Hunter. It's one that I haven't seen. It's been on my watch list forever, and I just have not gotten to it. And now that we're getting to like kind of these deeper picks, unfortunately, we're at the stage I was afraid, where a lot of us are like, yeah, I haven't seen it, or it's a movie. So I got nothing out of The Deer Hunter.
Yeah,
I'm excited to see
Shout
what
out
you
either.
add to Coda though.
Shout out to Deer Hunter. Shout out De Niro. I got a movie with him on my team. Okay.
Build it up. What's our last pick? Save the best for last.
Here we go. Okay.
Here we go.
Here we go. Round up your team here.
Here we go. I've got Coda. I'm taking Coda, a movie
Yes.
released by Apple TV Plus back in 2022. And this is a movie. It's about a deaf family, more specifically a daughter of deaf parents, and their life and trying to go through school, trying to live. The one thing that I do want to say about this movie, I think we're all pretty clear it's actually maybe not that good of a movie. I think we're all pretty clear that it won Best Picture and nobody has ever talked about it again for a day in their lives. Everybody
Until
forgot
right
that it
now.
existed.
except
So
yeah,
right
except
on this
this
podcast.
except for the movie
It's-
draft
yeah.
podcast.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. It's an incursion event of the MCU right now is when Coda gets talked about again. Other than that, I think it's interesting because Nomadland wins the year before this during the pandemic, right? The Academy has a pretty good ability to represent the state of audiences, the state of the world, the state of society, and where we're at as a film culture. Coda wins the year we're coming out of the pandemic. For what I believe and what I think is probably pretty true, people want a feel-good movie. They want a movie that's going to make them want to watch movies and be removed from being in this pandemic that we were in for 18 months. And they want something of that nature. Coda fulfills that nature. Of course, Troy Kotsur becomes the first deaf actor to win an Oscar. That's pretty historic. He just presented at the SAG Awards as well the other weekend, which is crazy. He's still making the rounds. It's a movie. It's on my team. It's Coda. It's called Coda.
Did it.
Hell
You
yeah.
wanted it. You said it from the beginning. You got it.
Yeah, you manifested it. You
Okay.
really did.
Yeah.
Is it worth the price? Is it worth Casablanca? Is it worth the other movies to get Coda? I don't know. We'll see, I guess. We'll see how the vote shakes. I don't feel good about it. Nobody's like, yeah, I should rewatch Coda. Nobody feels good about that.
No.
I've never seen it in the first place.
I've never seen it either, and this has not made me any more confident, guys. So
wow. Look, it's not. Okay. I don't think it's a bad movie. I just think it's little bit. I think it's manipulative in its narrative.
Yes, I think like you both could watch it and say like, oh yeah, that was a fine movie. Like it's just that it won Best Picture. That's very confusing. Yeah. But it's really not like that bad. Just in comparison to movies like Parasite. It's kind of strange that it won.
Was the slate that year just that bad? Like, what was the slate?
No, Aryan,
like?
It wasn't. Listen, look at this slate. This is the problem here. Coda wins Best Picture. You've got Belfast, a bad movie. I didn't like it. Don't Look Up, Drive My Car, one of the best movies of the last 10 years. Dune, King Richard, Licorice Pizza, Nightmare Alley, The Power of the Dog, and West Side Story. Of course, the big narrative going into this Academy Awards night was that The Power of the Dog was going to win. Jane Campion was going to take home director. The Power of the Dog was going to win Best Picture. Netflix was going to finally capture that Best Picture gauntlet it's been searching for so long. And then that night, you feel the energy slip to Coda. Fascinating real-time event that took place. Terrible moment in history. I just can't believe it. Yeah. Okay. Well, it's on my team. Could have had fucking Drive My Car, Licorice Pizza, but no, not going to happen. Okay. We've got our teams. Let's go through our teams real fast. I'm just a little struck. I'm a little struck. I had to do that. Okay. In 1927 to 1969, I picked up Casablanca. 1970 to 89, I got The Godfather Part 2. 1990 to 99, I got Titanic. 2000 to 2009, I got The Departed. 2010 to 2019, Argo. And 2020 to 2023, I got Coda. Ben, you want to go over your team?
Yeah, 27 to 69, I did It Happened One Night. 70 to 89, I did The Deer Hunter. In the 90s, I did Schindler's List. In the 2000s, I did Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. In the 2010s, I did Moonlight. In the 2020s, I did Parasite.
Aryan, you want to go over your team real quick?
Yeah, so 1927, 1969, I had Lawrence of Arabia. 1970 to 1989, I had Rocky. 1990 to 1999, Forrest Gump. The 2000 2009, Gladiator. 2010 to 2019, Birdman. And 2020 to 2023, Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Nice. And Sophie, round us out.
All right, 27 to 69, I got The Apartment. 1970 to 1989, I picked The Godfather. In the 90s, I took The Silence of the Lambs. 2000s, No Country for Old Men. The 2010s, Spotlight. And finally, in the 2020s, I took Nomadland.
Anybody feeling like they're going to walk away with a win on this one? Anybody feeling particularly confident?
No.
I felt confident until Forrest Gump.
No.
No, I'm very curious to see how this plays out.
Was this draft a success or a failure? I feel like this exercise might have been pointless.
No, every draft is fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I think it was, pretty solid overall, teams, like you're going to have the weak link for sure. But yeah, I think it wasn't bad. I mean, looking at the teams, we did the best we could.
I guess, yeah. Almost 100 years of Academy Awards. We tried our hardest to pick the best of them, and Coda found its way in the bunch somehow. Gosh, okay. I feel pretty good, honestly. I like my team. Any big omissions that we didn't pick? I feel like we kind of got the big ones. I did watch Kramer versus Kramer and The French Connection in preparation for this draft, and that was pretty good movies. Pretty good flicks. Awesome. Okay, guys. Any closing thoughts on the Academy Awards? Any closing thoughts on the draft? Same now.
Or go fuck yourself.
That's good. It's not the end of the pod, but it's good. Aryan, thank you so much for coming on the pod, man. I really appreciate it, and I hope you had fun. I don't know if you did, but I hope you did. If people want to find more of you, where can they find you at?
Of course, you can find me all over the internet. Just my name, Aryan Patel, mostly YouTube video reviews and such. But no, thank you for having me on. I had a lot of fun. Researched movies that I just had no clue on Best Picture, and this was good for my film brain knowledge. I'm not gonna forget this stuff. Trust for a while. So a lot of it.
Awesome.
Nice. Yeah, absolutely. I think it's good. I think it's good to, spread the net wide and encourage people to watch more movies for sure. Big thank you to Sophie and Ben for drafting with me as always. Appreciate you guys. Maybe not Sophie for taking spotlight, but I guess I kind of have come to expect that every single episode now. It's pretty tough. Be sure to listen and subscribe to the Movie Draft Podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. New episodes will release on Tuesdays. See you then.